Good day, all. Okay, new clone. This is the clone of the Spaceman Effects Gemini 3 Fuzz. It's or I should say, Gemini 3 Dual Fuzz generator. That's its proper name. What does it do? Well, it's two fuzzes in one. You got a germanium side, you got a silicone side, and the nice thing is you have a blend pot between the two, and you can blend the two together. So that, along with the nifty filter control or tone control, you can really mix and match the fuzzes to get them to sound just about like anything. Each side has its own gain switch. It's a 3-position switch, so you have low, medium, high gain for the silicone and low, medium, high gain for the germanium. The original one uses a AC 128s and an AC 76 on the germanium side, along with two N2222, two of them, and a 2N3700 on the silicone side. In this one, in the clone, I'm using Russian transistors. I had lots of them on hand, and they're easy to find, good ones that don't leak. I like the sound of them, and they have a little more fur than the AC 128s. I find the fuzz on the original units on the germanium side is a little weak, especially in the lowest gain setting. On the silicone side, the only change that I made is I replaced one of the 2N2222s with a 2N3700. I prefer the sound of the 220 single 222 and dual 3700s. And I've got a couple of caps filling in, doing standby duty right now because I didn't have the proper values in stock, so I'm kind of subbing a couple of caps in here. And one important thing in here is there's a cap on the input, which is a 1NF to ground, and I usually use these brown metal film or polyester green chiclet caps, or I might even use ceramic sometimes, but I used one of these metal brownies in its place there, and I was really disappointed when I first fired up the unit. It was really dark sounding. It didn't have the bite that the original one had. So I went back to the original one. I took a look, and I noticed that in the original one they used a polystyrene cap. Again, same value, 1NF. So I had some old electronics boards kicking around, and I found one of these polystyrene 1NF caps, and pulled it out, and I plugged it in here, and lo and behold, it made a hell of a difference. I've never been one to believe the hype around different caps sounding that differently, but this one makes a hell of a difference in this circuit. It's the first time I've ever come across it, so I'm going to go to bed less stupid tonight. So take my word for it. Use the polystyrene cap in this spot here. It's the input line before it splits off to the two fuzz sides. It's a 1NF to ground. You'll see it on the schematic. Use a polystyrene there. Use anything else there, I'm pretty sure you're going to be disappointed. So let's hear what it sounds like. We're going to try the germanium side first, lowest gain setting, and got the tone right in the middle, using a Fender Mustang Strat kind of mixed guitar humbucker going into an Ampeg G212. There we go. So this is the germanium on the lowest setting. This, I will tell you right now, has a lot more fur on it than the original unit in the lowest settings. The AC 128s in the original unit are just not fuzzy enough to my liking. But then again, I'm using all solid state amps. I don't have any tubes to push, so for me personally, the magic has got to happen here. I can't speak for anybody else. It's really a taste thing. I'm pretty sure that the AC 128s into a tube amp there would probably sound really spectacular, but it just doesn't do it for me. So that's why I'm going with the Russian transistors here. MP20, GT402, and GT404. Just to give you an idea of what the original one sounds like in the lowest setting on the gain, like gain-wise on the germanium side, I'm going to turn my guitar volume down to about where the original one is. That's close to what the original pedal sounds like in the lowest gain setting on the germanium side. So, why have less when you can have more, right? Now we'll go second gain setting. And the third gain setting. Not a big difference between 1 and 2, but good difference between 2 and 3. So now we'll go over to the silicone side. We got the silicone in the lowest setting. Now medium. And the high, let it be known that the jump between 2 to 3 there is quite large. So this really is balls to the walls. Take it back down to low. Okay, now like I said before, you have a blend pot so you can mix the two. So I can take a little bit of germanium and add a little bit of silicone. The nice thing is there that you can have the two sides on different gain settings. So right now I've got it on the lowest gain setting on the germanium side. If I put my silicone side up to the highest setting and then feed some of the silicone side in, you'll see it makes a heck of a difference. That's about 30% germanium and 70%, no, sorry, the other way around. That's about 70% germanium and about 30% silicone. And the silicone I've got on the highest gain setting. So you see, you can really mix and match the gain settings, and along with the blend pot, really find your perfect little middle ground. You can really mix and match the two sides to really get a really nice sound. And if you want to go all out and you put the germanium and the silicone on the highest settings and you put the blend right in the middle, I mean, it's just absolutely something else. That's 50-50 right now with the tone in the middle. For the tone, Goes from one end, which is like a scooped big muff sound, to a more mid-range hump. So there you have it. Lots and lots of fun. Nice circuit. If you ever have the chance to play with a real one there, it's a lot of fun. I personally right now am starting to like this one better than the original one, just because of the Russian transistors. It's got a lot of bark and bite to it, and it's like a junkyard dog. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, well, look us up at doityourselfstompboxes.com. Have a good day.